So I thought I was doing myself a favor putting the starter in while it was on the engine stand and I could get to it easy. But it's got to go through this hole in the cover plate. You're not seeing that, are you? Where are you? I can't tell. There's the cover plate. There's the hole the starter's got to go through. So I've got to take the starter off. I didn't want to have to lift it up because it's heavy underneath the car here with the headers in the way, and so now I got to do it down and back up. Well, while I'm at it, up on the starter, see if I can get some light on the subject here. Where did I put my light? It's almost directly overhead here. There's a bracket that supports the starter in the back here. Still don't have it in the frame. So now I should have had that hard hat on. Oh. Bracket up here, and then it's attached to the block up here, and that bolt to the block is where the ground strap is supposed to go that goes to the engine mount. So that's way over here, front of the header. That'll give me an opportunity to put that ground strap on. So the motor mount where it attaches is right up in here. You can see, maybe see the blue of my glove through the hole, or maybe not. Maybe that's just my fingers. There's too much stuff in the way here. Okay, the last bolt for taking the starter out. Get the right socket. It's a 9/16 I'm looking for. Am I going to need an extension here? I think I am. It's going to make it a little easier. Problem is that is going to be heavy when it comes down. It is. The tip of it is inside the bell housing, so that should help me support it. I may have my hand in the way. It's not free yet. That's got to be loose. It's just hung up. Okay. And I'll put your fingers between the starter and the header. And the wire I put on the solenoid to help myself out is hung up somewhere. My goodness. Okay. That's out of the way. I'm going to shut this off for a second and do some thinking. Okay, so the instructions say to install the dust cover using the screws, the hardware kit provided. That's it. Obviously the starter goes over there, so that's got to be by the starter. They've given me 3 bolts like this, 6 washers. So I'm assuming that you put a big washer on each side of them, and then a little washer, lock washer, a big washer and a lock washer on the other side. That's my guess, because that'll tell you. And then there's one screw that they say, there's a self-tapping screw they give you that goes in on the driver's side near the oil filter. So it's going to be hard to get that self-tapping screw tapped up by the oil filter. That'll be fun. I'm going to put these on just finger tight. Because once I put the starter in, I may have to adjust it in putting the starter in. So. And maybe I've got this from the wrong side, because that one doesn't go in because it runs into the oil pan. So I have to go there and get the 2 washers on. And now I have to find the nut that I dropped. Yep, that'll fit that way. Just barely. I guess I'll turn the others around and make them all the same. I don't know if that would have worked with a stock oil pan, but I decided to go for the fancy aluminum one. So they've got to go back to front on this application. Looks like I need me some 1/2-inch wrenches to tighten these after I get the starter up. The one bad thing about having a lift is you gotta keep your hands up in the air holding parts and such. It gets tiring. This is a self-tapping screw, but had I known what I know now, that oil filter's in the way, I would have at least got it tapped and started. Well, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but what I've got is a ratcheting 3/8-inch wrench that fits onto the self-tapping screw. And I'll try to put pressure on it while I ratchet it. It's an all the way through hole. Why didn't they just put a nut and bolt? There's nothing on the back of it. I may just do that if I don't get this ratcheting wrench to tap it. I don't want to take the oil filter off just to put this bolt in. I wonder if I can get a long 1/4-inch extension and a socket past that oil filter. I'm going to try that. Well, a short extension on a 1/4-inch ratchet got me in there and got it started. It doesn't look like it's quite straight, but it will do the job. So I've tightened that one. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I can still shift the plate a little bit to get that starter in there. Back to what we started this whole... Dang, That is annoying. Back to what we started this whole header about was tightening these screws for the dust cover. And that's getting the dust cover on is why we had to take the starter down. So these are 9/16. They will not be the same on your stock on a stock Corvette, because if you've been following, this is an A41 transmission. I'll call it an upgrade. It's a 4-speed automatic with locking torque converter and electronic controls so that you can customize it to how you want it to be. So I'm going to need a little extension there, because the head of the ratchet is too big. I have to finish these up with just a regular ratchet, but there you have it. I already tightened the self-tapping screw on the other side up by the oil filter, so we are basically done with this, except for the cover plates that go on there. Trusty 3/8 inch ratchet fits in where that power one doesn't go. Okay, that's it for the dust cover. I'll see if I can go find the 2 cover plates. I found a big cover plate. Did not find a small one. I don't know if that even gets one. Just snaps in like that. And that's it for that part of the transmission. Still plenty to do. Cooling lines need to be hooked up. Shifter has to be hooked up. The speedometer has to be hooked up. So, plenty to do. But I think I'm going to save that for another day. Getting pretty tired.